Good morning. Let's take a walk to understand the basics of project management. Project management, which offers fantastic career for all of us as professionals and is a very important success criteria for several organizations, whether you are a technology organization, fabrication organization, or organization of any sort. Project management internationally is guided by several bodies. The gold standard, however, comes from Project Management Institute or PMI. Through their body of knowledge, they call it PMBOK, Project Management Body of Knowledge version 7, they've been able to articulate a fantastic mechanism of how projects must be done. First things first, project management, like I am saying, is guided by several bodies. A couple of them which are very popular. One is obviously the PMI or Project Management Institute based out of the US. Another comes from Exelos. If you are an European organization or an employee looking at doing a lot of work in Europe, a UK certification referred to as Prince 2, Projects in Controlled Environment, Prince 2 is what is more popular or more acceptable in European side of life. With Agile coming to play, another certification came from Scrum Alliance, Scrum.org, etc., which is Scrum certification, Scrum Master, like the world calls them. So these are three key certifications, if you were to call them, in the project management space. So what is project management? Projects, if you were to look at the term, project is typically defined as any temporary endeavor. So anything which has a start date and an end date, which attempts at creating anything unique, is referred to as a project. So pretty much everything that you do within an organization other than regular day-to-day operations is a project. And how PMBOK, the Project Management Body of Knowledge, has advised us to handle our projects comes in a very detailed structure in the Project Management Body of Knowledge. So how the PMBOK, how the Project Management Body of Knowledge has advised the world is that they've broken the entire project into two segments. One that they refer to as a process area or process groups. Another which is referred to as knowledge areas. The Project Management Body of Knowledge has bifurcated the entire project idea into two areas. One referred to as process areas or process groups. Another into knowledge areas. Process areas are 5. Initiating, planning, executing, monitoring and controlling, and closing. Pretty much self-explanatory if you may. But let's talk. Initiating, like the term itself is saying, this is the portion in which the necessary idea generation of why the project was needed in the first place is being put in place. Let's take a couple of examples. As a technology organization, I am not happy in the way my marketing campaigns have been working. So we decided that we needed, as an organization, I do not like the way in which my sales is being currently managed through manual processes. That is why I felt the need of a technology solution to be put in place. So idea, why? So a need is what is triggering this project for me. So A, we'll need to identify a sponsor, someone who will put his weight behind the project, someone who is willing to put his money behind the project. In the initiating process group, you are essentially looking at identifying a project manager for this initiative. You are going to align that project manager who will be able to put his knowledge, skills, and team to handle the entire project going forward. Initiating is all about identification of stakeholders, requirements, and putting together a charter so that the project next steps could be taken. Second process group, and perhaps the single most important in the predictive mechanism of project management, is planning. Most predictive projects will have a lot of work in the planning space. You are putting together plan for literally everything. Plan on how scope will be managed, plan on how times will be managed, plan on how schedule will be managed, risk, quality, procurement, everything. So plan is the area where you are putting together your head to be able to decide what happens, who does what will things be done, and you kind of create a baseline document referred to as project management plan. In the project management body of knowledge, project management plan is the go-to document for all project management activities. Planning done, executing, like the term itself is saying, this is where you're doing everything. Execute is when all your plans get done. Monitoring and controlling is all about reviewing all the work that has been done vis-a-vis the plan document that you had. So you had a project management plan, you've done things per the project management plan, you are essentially in the monitoring and controlling, you are essentially verifying if everything has been done as per the plan that we have created. Whatever corrections, corrective actions, changes have to be triggered, you handle them accordingly. And as part of your closing process groups, you got to understand that project will finally plug into something. Now, if a technology solution has been developed, that technology solution has to become a part of a business as usual. So for your BAU, you will need a proper handover of your project documentation, project lessons learned, etc. So closing is where the project or the phase of the project is formally closed. 5 buckets: initiating, planning, executing, monitoring and controlling, and closing. Initiate the project, all about gathering the idea, putting together a project manager, planning, put together all your plans, execute as per the plan, monitor if everything has happened as per the plan, and close, pass or fail, either ways. The next subset is the knowledge areas. While you have the 5 process areas or process groups like we call them, there are 10 knowledge areas that will have an overarching impact on your projects. One obviously is integration management, which we'll talk again right at this end. The other knowledge areas are scope. This is where you are looking at defining what is to be done as part of the project, what is not to be done as part of the project. So you are pretty much setting the boundaries of your project. Scope. Second, the schedule management, everything related to time. So you are deciding what activities will need to be done, how much time will each activity take, so looking at estimating your time duration and all that. Overall project time management is what is to be done as part of your schedule. Another knowledge area is cost. All cost related questions to be handled as part of your cost management. The others are quality, all quality related questions to be handled here. Procurement related questions. Resource, which is human resource related questions. Risk management. You will have communication and stakeholder management as well. 10 knowledge areas. Integration is all about integrating all knowledge areas. Cohesiveness, the marriage between all knowledge areas is what you are doing as part of your integration management. So there are 10 knowledge areas. The overarching one, the integration management. Other than that, you have scope, schedule, and cost. My advice will be never to change the format of these. Then you have quality, procurement, risk. Then you have cost, quality, procurement, risk, stakeholder, and communication. Total 10 knowledge areas.